turns their back on you. And you have tools that you could use to deport these people. You have facial recognition. You have flights going all over the country, dropping people off. And I think we ought to use the best tools in the country to find these folks, round them up like they were at the Capitol on January 6th, and deport every last one of them. I yield.
This is going to blow your mind. Congressman Matt Gaetz is turning up the heat on DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. In a fiery exchange, Gaetz accused Mayorkas of failing to enforce immigration laws and allowing thousands of illegal migrants into the U.S. Gaetz claims that Mayorkas's policies are not just ineffective, but deliberate. He argues that the administration's approach sends a message to smugglers that migrants won't face deportation. According to Gaetz, this has led to what he calls collateral damage, with 800,000 individuals released into the country, some of whom may commit crimes. Mayorkas, however, stands firm. He disputes Gaetz's accusations, defending his leadership and pointing out that the criticisms from some Border Patrol agents don't reflect the overall sentiment. Mayorkas maintains that his policies are in place to manage border security effectively, while also handling humanitarian needs. Gaetz isn't buying it. He doubles down, suggesting that stronger enforcement measures, similar to those used after the Capitol riots, should be implemented. This, he believes, would send a clear message that illegal immigration won't be tolerated. This intense debate highlights the deep divisions in U.S. immigration policy. With both sides firmly entrenched, the question remains, what's the best path forward for balancing border security and humanitarian concerns?
And I think it's telling that I think it's telling that you got plans for pronouns and you got plans for misinformation. But when it comes to the plan to remove the people that have had due process, you don't have one at all. Now, 800,000 people have encountered your CBP agents, and those folks have been released into the country. Like, some of those people are going to commit crimes, aren't they?
Congressman, may I have a moment to answer your questions?
Will some of the 800,000 commit crimes, yes or no?
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. And so the Americans who are the victims of the crimes for the people that you release in the country are collateral damage that you are willing to accept in order to have our border function as a turnstile. You're willing to accept that collateral damage.
Congressman, I couldn't disagree with you more. Let me give you, if I can, some data that will actually
more than the data. How about this? Well, how did it feel to you when you went to the border and the Border Patrol agents turned their back on you?
One Border Patrol agent turned his back on me, and I addressed that as the leader of the Department of Homeland Security. So if I can return to data, because I want to make sure that you have accurate information.
Everyone knows that you have more people coming in than ever, and you're removing fewer people than ever, and it's because you have no plan and because it's on purpose. See, I don't buy the theory that you don't know how to do this. I think you're actually a highly competent dude. But the reality is, your plan is to bring these people in and to send the message to the smugglers and the criminals that they will never have to leave. That's why your workforce turns their back on you. And you have tools that you could use to deport these people. You have facial recognition. You have flights going all over the country, dropping people off. And I think we ought to use the best tools in the country to find these folks, round them up like they were at the Capitol on January 6th, and deport every last one of them. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Ms. Bass.
Congressman, may I have a moment to answer a question?
No, he didn't ask a question. Ms. Bass.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary. I want to especially point out your patience for putting up with all of the theatrics. I want to echo what Chairman Nadler has already stated about your efforts to reunify children with their families. The last